Let's keep the same song going. This is how we do it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. This is how we do it, do it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. This is how we do it, do it. So we've done it already. We've gone through every single transformation. And now we're gonna put it all together. So if this is how we do it, this is how we do it. Hey, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Hey, we're gonna put it all together. We're gonna put it all together. Here we go. It's our final example. Example 8, guys. Now I got a little bit loud there, but hey, I'm excited. I'm so excited because we're getting it all together. We're putting it all together here, and we're going to have fun with it because we know how to do these things. We did piece by piece, graph by graph, line by line, word for word. This is how we do it. All right, so let's go ahead and take all of this into play. And it should look a little familiar, something similar to what we just did when it came to example 7, where we graphed out the phase shift of the graph and everything and functions. All right. So here, what we're going to deal with is we're going to deal with everything. So we do have an amplitude, we have a phase shift, we have a period, we have a tick mark, we have a vertical shift. All that's going to come to play. So we're going to find all those when it comes to the work. So what we're going to do first off is we're going to go ahead and get to the part that deals with the graphing or the labeling portion. So we're going to start off with our period and our phase shift. We're going to hit those first, and then we're going to, well, let's take that. We're going to hit, period and phase shift, and then we're going to go ahead and go into the rest of it. All right, so here, let's go ahead and talk about our period. We know, again, period deals with K. And what might even be easier to do, let's go and label everything. So we know this is our A for amplitude. We know this is our K right here. Understood 1 right there going on. So 1/4 is going to be our K. Now this is our C. Now this is our H right here. So when we work this out, we're going to deal with all those pieces and we're going to find what we need. All right, so we're going to start off with our period. And here again, that's 1/4 for your K. And just writing it really quick. All right, so we do keep change flip. Keep 2 pi times 4/1. So keep change flip. So that gives us 8 pi is our period. So when we graph this out, we're going to be dealing with all of that great stuff. Now here, like I told you guys before in the class, if you look at 2 and 3, our amplitude is 2, our vertical shift is 3. If you add those two together, that tells you how far up or how far down you need to go. So here, when we graph this out, we're going to be looking at our going up 5 and going down 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. That's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll put it right here. So again, remember our first step is to label it. So that's what we're doing right now. We're labeling it out. All right, so we're going to label these. And with it, we have to be careful because we don't know if we're moving to the left or to the right. So we need to have enough space on both sides here to be able to do both. All right. So first off, we already know 8 pi goes here because that's our period. That's the last tick mark that we normally do. All right. So our middle tick mark, again, we're going to divide everything, divide the period by 2. That gives us 4 pi. Our first one, we're going to take that answer here, that middle one, and we're divided by 2 again. Or multiply by 1/2, either way. All right, and then for our third one again, remember we're going to add the first two together, the first one and this middle one. All right, cool. So we have just labeled our graph. I'm leaving space here because we still have to find our phase shift and everything, so we can do that part. So I'll label it. All right, we're going to go ahead and do our phase shift. Sorry, not phase shift, sorry, our parent graph. All right, so we're dealing with cosine again. So that means we're going to deal with 0, 1. Do the dotted lines. All right. Then we deal with our amplitude. And here our amplitude is 2. So again, anything that's not on the x-axis needs to move. So that means here, this has to go up to the number 2. That stays. This goes down to -2. That stays. That goes up to +2. And we're going to go ahead and graph it out. Again, if you need colors, go get the colors and everything and go and do this part. Or if you want to do all these on separate graphs and at the very end do the last one, put the final one on here. As long as everything is accurate, you're good. I'm looking for accuracy here, not just some random thing putting up here. All right, so the fourth step we said was your vertical shift. And in this case, that is your H. And I'll put H here too. All right, that is 3, a +3. So since they +3, that means we need to go up 3. +3 means go up. And I need to make sure I put that 5 up here too, so that way you can see it, because we're going to need that 5. All right, so just like I said earlier, we're going to go up there. So that means every point is going to move up 3, sorry. So here, we always go back again from the last graph we did. So the last graph was this red one here. Or, yeah, it's red. So here, this red graph right here is going to go up 3. So every single point. So here we're going to go 1, 2, 3. This one to go 1, 2, 3. This goes up 1, 2, 3. It's up 1, 2, 3. And this goes up 1, 2, 3. All right. And so a dotted line again because we have not done everything. We have phase shift last. And guys, we're doing really good on this because normally this takes a whole lot longer to do, but we're doing really good, guys. We're doing really, really good. All right, so the last part, 5, is your phase shift. But we don't know what the phase shift is yet because we haven't found it. So we got to do that part. We got to find it. So I'm going to do that right up here. So our phase shift, remember, it's -c/k. So here we know our c is pi. So keep the negative and do pi. The k is 1/4. So we do -pi times 4/1. Keep change flip. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to keep it here because I'm going to need to have some space so I can actually do my graph. All right, so -4 pi. So here we're going to move left 4 pi. All right, so when we graph this out, oh, Jesus. It's going to be okay. We got this. We can do this. So when we graph it out, we need to get to 4 pi, -4 pi over here. So we have -2 pi's here, so -2 pi's first, 4 pi's next, so -4 pi is here. Hopefully, guys, your graphs aren't this close together, so I apologize because I think it's going to be this close, but it is. Sorry. All right, so just like we said for the phase shift graph on the last video, make sure every point, again, the last graph we did was purple, so that was a vertical shift. Every point here needs to move over to 4 pi, -4 pi. Well, needs to move over 4 pi, -4 pi. So here we're moving this over from 0, because this is x equaling 0, move it over 1, 2. All right, so since we moved this over 1, 2, every point moves over 2. So this point here moves over 1, 2. This moves over 1, 2. This moves over. 1, 2. And this moves over. 1, 2. And again, for the phase shift, as you're finishing this out, just really quick, again, either you can say the C tells you, or if this is negative, you move left. If it's positive, you move right. If your phase shift, if it's negative, you move left, and it tells you number. If it's positive 4, they'll move right, and it'll be the number right there. So the number tells you how far to go. That sign tells you if you go left or right. Same things. All right, so that is it, guys.